I was born in 1964, and so I was a boy in the 1970s. And in the 1970s, the Big Red Machine was a big deal, the Cincinnati Reds. And I grew up listening to them on the radio quite often. Didn't see them a lot on the television, maybe some on Saturdays and in the playoffs and that kind of thing, but a lot of times on the radio, I would listen to Marty Brennaman, and I loved to hear him say at the end of the games, "And this one belongs to the Reds." And I remember the Big Red Machine. I remember in right field, there was Ken Griffey. Not Ken Griffey Jr., it's just Ken Griffey. And in center field, there was Cesar Geronimo. And in left field, there was George Foster. Behind the plate, there was Johnny Bench. And at first base, that was Tony Perez. And at second base, there was Joe Morgan. And at shortstop, that was Davy Concepcion. And at third base, well, that's where there was Charlie Hustle. Pete Rose. Pete Rose got himself in a lot of trouble. Years later, became a coach. He was a great baseball player. Set the record for the most hits ever by a baseball player. 4,256. But because he bet on baseball, he received a lifetime ban from the game. Could never be elected to the Hall of Fame. He got elected to Cincinnati's Hall of Fame a few years ago. But he died last year with his greatest wish never being fulfilled. He wanted to be in the National Baseball Hall of Fame. I just bring that to your attention because just this week, the Commissioner of Baseball, Rob Manfred, lifted the lifetime ban for Pete Rose. And now he's eligible to be a member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Now it's up to the sports writers to vote him in. But you know what? Doesn't matter to Pete Rose anymore. If they vote him in, he'll never know it. If they vote him in, he'll never get one moment of joy or satisfaction from it. Oh, his family might, his fans might, his teammates might that are still living, but he never will. Because you see, the Bible lets us know that those who have left this realm are not aware of what's going on here upon this earth. In fact, in Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 5, the Bible tells us, "For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything, neither have they any more reward, for the memory of them is forgotten." And when it says they know not anything, it doesn't mean that they're not aware of anything. They're still aware, but they're just not aware of anything that's going on upon the earth. You may remember in Luke chapter 16 where we read about the rich man and Lazarus. That rich man remembered that he had 5 brothers. And he remembered that when he left the earth, they were in a lost condition. He wanted Lazarus to be sent back so that he could warn them not to come to that awful place. But he didn't know what kind of condition they were in at that moment because he couldn't see that. Now, I know that there are some groups in the world today who believe that the things that they do here upon the earth have some kind of effect upon people who have passed from this life. That some prayers that they offer can help get them out of a place where they're suffering a little quicker. Or that money that they can contribute could get them moved to a place where they're not suffering anymore. But that's not true. And there's some that believe that if you're related to someone, you can be baptized by proxy for that person. And if they want to, you can give them an opportunity to accept the gospel then, if they want to. But that's not true either. What the Bible does teach us is simply this. Hebrews 9 and verse 27. And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this, the judgment. We get one shot at this life. And that's it. Now's the time to make ourselves ready. Folks, eternity's too long. We need to take advantage of the opportunity that we have now to make ourselves ready. And so tonight, if you're here and you've not yet obeyed the gospel, use this opportunity the Lord's given you to put on Christ in baptism for the remission of your sins. If you've taken that step but you've fallen away and you need to come back, we want to pray with you and for you so that it might be restored to that right relationship to the Lord once more. Don't wait. Don't delay. Don't wait till there's nothing that can be done. If you need to respond to heaven's invitation, come now.